Hello, it's the Village Wanderer, and welcome to my channel. Today, we're in the village at the farm, and you can tell from the environment around me that we are in a different place, very tranquil, very uh, laid back. And it's a beautiful day. If you're joining me for the first time, my name is the Village Wanderer, and I'm a YouTuber from Kenya in Africa. And I do videos mainly about lifestyle and showcase culture, everyday life, and just a few elements on farming and just things that we regularly do here in Kenya. Uh, so welcome to the channel, and feel free to watch the content, and if it's your kind of content, make sure you like, share, or you can even consider subscribing to the channel. So today I want to talk about 10 reasons why I love farming. 10 reasons why I love farming. And as I do that, I'll just take a bit of a walk around the farm. This is my parents' compound, and it's as you can tell, it's a pretty tranquil place, very quiet, very relaxed. And this is the farm. When you live here, it's very quiet. The food is locally available, and people are peaceful. So a very good place to live and relax and just have a little bit of peace and serenity. This here is my parents' first home. This is where they lived for a very long time before I was born. So that was long time ago. I can't put a date to it, but that was long time ago. So hopefully at some point I will put up a home here, what we call in the African setup, what in the Kenyan setup, or in my culture setup, what we call a simba. Though it's not a simba because I'm way past the age of building a simba, so that would be just a house that I can live in, and possibly have my own abode in the village. And yeah, so this here, some stones are poured here to start the foundation, and then that so they're there, and we'll keep adding more materials for the construction of a home. So once we're ready, we just add more materials. We add more bricks, more stones, more gravel, more sand, as we keep getting stuff to add. So hopefully in a few months or years, who knows, we'll have a nice bungalow here, so that we can have our own space in the village, and we don't have to reside in the parents' house when we come to the village, which is not especially desirable if you are married, especially if you have a wife. It's not desirable within cultural boundaries to stay in your dad's house. And I think most African cultures, or most Kenyan tribes, are like that. So to today's video, 10 reasons why I love farming, and I'll just keep going as we keep walking. Yeah, so we're getting out of the compound, out of my parents' compound. So 10 reasons why I love farming. I have not been a farmer. Just give me a minute. So I was saying that I have not been a farmer. I wasn't brought up as a farmer. Uh, I didn't grow up in a farm. So a lot of the things that I've learned have been in the period of the last 4 to 5 years with regard to farming. More specifically because I I decided to start doing a bit of farming at my parents' farm. So it has been a whole process of learning and getting to understand how farming works and some of the intricacies of things that that you have to understand, because farming is not, it's easier said than done. There's quite a lot that goes into it. So it's actually a labor of love and passion, and a lot of the things people take for granted, or all these things that are glorified in the media, that oh, you can make this amount of money if you do this and that. So I think if you get into farming with that kind of impression, then you might end up very, very, very disappointed. So for me, farming has been a learning process, and number one reason I love farming, why I love farming, is just the lessons it teaches. Just that, it teaches a lot of lessons, life lessons, in resilience, in planning, in being able to be patient. Lots of life lessons, lots of critical life lessons that you get to learn when you're a farmer, because planting plants is a lot left to chance. When you're depending on weather and that sort of thing, a lot of times it's stuff, a lot of the things are not within your control. So you learn patience, you learn resilience, you learn how to understand weather patterns and how to just be very hands-on with things, So that is a very critical lesson. Another critical thing that made me love farming is the fact that working with your hands is very fulfilling. Not just therapeutic, but fulfilling as well. Being able to create, so that you plant something and eventually you see it maturing. That's just it's very fulfilling, and I don't know how I can explain it, but being able to do that and seeing the eventual produce that you can actually sell to the market or even consume, that's a big deal. So the ability to create with the hands and to work with your hands is something that makes farming very desirable. The third reason is farming can be profitable, especially if you're able to invest in the right crop. Farming is very, very desirable. So if, for instance, you plant a crop that is not readily available and there's demand for it, it means you're going to make money from selling that said crop. Hey, look, I just saw some monkeys there. Some monkeys, yeah. So farming can be profitable, especially if you're dealing with a crop that is in demand. So, and there are lots of crops which are usually in demand from time to time. So the thing as a farmer is being able to understand what the market needs when it needs it, and how you can be able to meet that gap. So wow, those are many. Look, Those are monkeys right there. So many monkeys. So many monkeys. Where are they going? Oh, those are monkeys right there. Yeah. Anyway, so we have a natural water source here, which is good for watering, like the arrowroots there. And someone corrected me. Someone told me they're called taro roots. They're not called arrowroots. So as you can see, the taro roots are growing, and yeah, these are just some of the crops that are usually in demand with the market. So and we have one of the water sources here, and this water, depending, can actually be consumed, especially if it wasn't freestanding like this. It can actually be consumed, and yeah. So when you consume it, especially if it's free flowing, you can consume it and nothing will happen. It's actually very natural, very clean, very, very clean. Yeah. So this is farm life, and we are the farm. Yeah. Okay. Number 4, why I love farming is because farming enables you to understand like a different aspect of life, just how other people do things and how other people make things happen. So, which is a very critical life lesson, critical just in getting out of your comfort zone and understanding how different people do different things, which is very, very important in understanding how life works. So understanding different aspects of life, getting different perspectives, learning how other people do their things, very, 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 very important. Very important. So I think that's one thing that I cannot understate, that farming has been able to teach me. So as you can see, most of the shamba looks empty actually, but that's because the maize which was here has already been harvested. As you can see, that was maize, and it's already been harvested. Yeah. So in our area we don't do maize twice. There are certain areas where they do maize twice a year. Here we don't do maize twice a year, so the next time maize will be planted in these parts is from March next year. So that's why the farm looks the way it does. Okay? Yeah, so we're walking around, and this is also a good tour, farm tour, so that you can see how things work here. So as you can tell, it's a very, very sunny day, yeah, and we can hear some of the plants and the silence of being in the village. So this is the village life. Welcome to the village life. When you come here, this is what you'll experience. This is what you should expect. Total, absolute silence, with only the sounds of nature serenading you, and the wind, and the silence, and maybe the mowing of cows and all that. Yeah, so that's another thing, which takes me to my 5th point of why I love farming, is the opportunity to be in such an environment, away from the hustle and bustle of the towns and the cities. And so when you get the opportunity to farm in a place like this, it more or less, though it's hard work, you essentially take a break from all the noises and you're able to be in a place where there's silence and peace, and you're at one with nature. So that's also another thing. Just being in an environment where you can be able to basically cool down and relax and be at one with nature. Yeah. So here we are. So this is the farm. Very tranquil. Very, very tranquil. I love it. Yeah. So that can make a nice thumbnail there. Yeah. So if you're still watching, thank you very much for watching this vlog. I really, really do appreciate. And so this is me giving you a farm tour of sorts, but also explaining why I love farming. Okay. Well, to my sixth reason, yeah, sixth. I think we're at number 6. Farming also gives you the opportunity to learn about biology, agriculture. You know, you just learn about plants and how nature, basically natural things. I think by being out here in such a place, you're able to understand nature better, like medicinal plants. You're able to understand different vegetables better, and those are very important life skills. Just getting to know, you know, sometimes you can even be hungry and starving and you have food right next to you because you don't know that that's food. You're just used to eating maybe skuma wiki. Skuma wiki is kales or collard. I think collard or kales and cabbage. So you have vegetables and you just go hungry because you don't know that you have food. So farming also enables one to learn survival skills, because by being out here in the open, where in the open fields where you're learning different things, you're learning different plants, you're learning which plants are poisonous, which ones are good, which ones are bad, then you're basically improving on your life skills, which is very, very critical, or your survival skills. So farming is very critical in that, in helping improve one's survival skills. So you find, even if you're in a situation where you do not have food, then you're able to use your environment to your advantage, not to go hungry. And that is very, very, very important. Okay? That is very, very, very important. So yeah, we keep walking. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. Here we are, just taking a leisure walk around the farm. Nobody to hustle us, or yeah. Yep. So this is a banana plantation behind me. Lots of bananas, but the monkeys are really not allowing these bananas to prosper, which is not a good thing. So monkeys everywhere, and they're eating. So that's another thing with farming. You have to be able to see past the challenges, because all the time you're in competition with your environment. So If it's not human beings, it's animals which are just trying to get something to eat. So you can see all those bananas, but the minute something comes out, then the monkeys are there to start eating, which is not really a good thing. Huh? Which is not a good thing. So, yeah. Yep. So as you can see, monkeys have really destroyed these parts. Really, really destroyed. Yep. Anyway, we keep moving. Yeah. Yep. These are lemons. Lemons. Lemons, lemons, lemons. Plenty of lemons, though I think a lot of them have been harvested. So, yeah, another reason why farming is very important is just to have food that you can eat. For instance, I'll give the example of people who have maybe fruit trees at home. Just the ability to be able to have those trees and harvest from them uh, has a certain satisfaction that makes it easy to to basically eat healthy, because once you have these fruits, then you're able to just sustain yourself and have a high quality of life. So while other people are spending so much money buying fruits, then you have whatever you need right where you are. So that is another big advantage of having engaging in farming, just the ability to basically have what you need, plant what you need, eat what you need from a source that you know, that you trust, which essentially enhances the quality of life and the quality of what you're feeding. So that is very, 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 very important and very critical. The ninth thing of why I love farming is because essentially it's just adding to my skills. In life, I think it's good to have multiple skills because you never know when you need them. So on top of my professional skills, it's very easy to add farming as another skill. So, and it's something that I'm still learning, something that I'm still improving on, learning about different seed types, different fertilizers, how they work with this type of soil that you're planting in. So a lot of people take this for granted, but these are very, very important lessons that you just don't get into farming without having an idea. So having these skills is very important, especially if you're looking at farming in the long term. And yeah, so adding that as a skill makes you more productive and makes you more useful, if I could say that, to society. The last, sorry, the sun is very hot, so the sun is really burning today. It's very, very hot, but it's a beautiful day. Africa is green, as you can see. Very, very, very green. Very green. A lot of people think Africa is dry and dusty and hot, but and there are parts which are dry and hot and dusty, but a lot of Africa is green, as you can see. Very green, very beautiful, very beautiful vegetation. And yeah, so this is where we come from. This is where we live. This is Africa. This is Kenya. So, another thing, and the last thing that makes me love farming is the fact that uh, being able to contribute to national, uh, the national they say farming is the backbone of this country, so being able to contribute to that, to feeding the nation, has some form of satisfaction, and basically building the economy. And there is usually the concern that people have that if farmers were supported more, it would result more into changing lives, which is true, and a lot more can be done, but I think ultimately, even as people uh, complain about food security and issues of food not being available, as farmers, the prerogative is to keep producing and keep improving on ways of becoming better at whatever you're producing, learning new skills, knowing what other people are doing in other countries. Because ultimately, if agriculture is the backbone of the Kenyan economy, then there should just be more effort placed in ensuring that there is more knowledge transfer from countries that are doing better, and there is more incentive with regard to better seeds, better marketing, better just everything being enhanced or elevated, better machinery, better tools, so that it's not chaotic, it's not rudimentary, so that there's a structure to it. So just farming being very central to this economy is something that I love, and something that definitely offers a lot of promise going into the future. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because people will keep eating, people will never stop eating, food will always be required, and for that reason, farmers will always exist. Those are my 10 reasons for the reasons why I love farming. I hope there are 10 reasons. If they are not, you can add some more into the comment section of why you love farming, and hopefully we can keep engaging. Sindio? Well, from my village in the western part of Kenya, from me, the village wanderer, for now, I will bid you bye bye.